So, how many people reckon they could solve this equation? It looks fairly simple, but actually there's a few steps involved and there's two solutions. Any guesses of what they are? Feel free to put them in the comment section now. Otherwise, let's go through this. So, we've got x over 6 plus 12 on x equals 3. What we need to do first is combine this fraction. And when you're adding fractions, if the denominator is not the same, you could just cross multiply. So you're going to multiply those two, and that will give you what our new fraction. So let's just highlight what we're doing so we remember. So we're multiplying those two first. So that's x squared. Then you're going to multiply these two. So 12 times 6 is 72. And then on the denominator, you just have these two multiplied by together. So 6 times x is 6x. So just to quickly recap what we just did, we did that times that, which gave me that x squared. The 12 times 6, which gave me that 72. And that times that, which gave me the denominator 6x. Okay, and this still equals to 3, because that's what we're told, it equals to 3. Now we can move this denominator across, and it is a divide, so when you move it across the equal sign, it becomes a multiplication. It's the opposite. Another way to think of it is we're trying to get rid of that 6x, so you're going to multiply both sides by 6x, and that would get rid of that. I like to think of it as moving it across because it's easier to visualize that way, and you just have to remember you have to do the opposite mathematical operation. So on the left hand side we've got x squared plus 72 remaining, and on the right hand side you would have 3 times 6x. So let's simplify that. So we still have x squared plus 72 on the left, and then on the right we have 18x. Now all we need to do is make it equal to 0, so bring everything to that side. So we've got x squared plus 72, and when we bring that 18x, it's a positive on the right, so when you bring it to the left, it becomes take 18x, and that equals to 0. And we could write this as a quadratic, so we'll write that term first, then that term, then our 72. And to factorize a quadratic, what we first do is write out all the factors of 72. So we have a 1 and 72. 72 divided by 2 is 36, so 2 and 36. 3 doesn't go, actually 3 does. 3 times 24. 4 also goes. 5 doesn't go. 6 and 12, 6 times 12. 7 doesn't go. 8 doesn't go. Actually 8 times 9 does. And that's all the factors of 72. So what we want to do now is choose the ones that would add together to give me negative 18. And out of all of these factors, the only ones that would add together to give me 18 is 6 and 12. And they would both have to be negative, because neg 6 plus neg 12 gives me negative 18. And if you multiply them, negative 6 times negative 12, you get your positive 72. So we know it's both of those. So then my final step is to put in my brackets. We have x, x, and my two factors. And remember, this still equals to 0. And if you've got two factors that equal to 0, we use a null factor. That means that one of those have to equal to 0. Because if you've got two multiplications, multiplying to be 0, one of them has to equal to 0. So either x minus 6 equals to 0, or x minus 12 equals to 0. So either this equals to 0, or that equals to 0. And if you rearrange this, you're bringing that neg 6 across there. So x equals 6, or you're bringing that across there, x equals to 12. Nice. So how many of you got that correct? It looked simple, but it was a bit more involved. Hopefully, it all made sense and you had fun and you also learned something. Thank you for watching. See you next time.